Thanks to the support as a channel member, JM Thought. Now, I realise that it wouldn't have been possible for you to keep pumping money into the club forever. The point I'm making is you withdrew your financial support in the same summer you just threw £2 million at a new ground and gave me £1 million transfer budget and just told me to fill my boots, which I did. I've done all that. We're now over £1 million in debt and projected to be £9 million in debt in 3 years' time. So you get why I think it might not be the best time for you to withdraw your financial support. I mean, we can trial spaghetti at the pie shop. I just don't know how well it's going to go down. Hello and welcome to part 32 of Homegrown. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two games of the new season in the Football League. In League 2, we're at home against Grimsby and away against Northampton. You are witnessing our first competitive match in our new ground, the home of football, a 5,000 capacity, 2,000 seated stadium, state of the art. It's not state of the art. It's pretty good. It's in Peterborough. We've just moved into it. It's lovely. What is less lovely is what Mrs Wearmouth has done to the finances this summer. We started the summer with £2 million in the bank and thought everything was rosy. We're now £1.2 million in debt and we don't even want to look at that page. That feels like a problem for Mrs Wearmouth, who, you know, as a member of the favoured personnel at the club, she should be well up for getting us out of this pickle that she's got us in. She wants to be. Goodness me. So the media are predicting a 7th place finish, which is interesting because last time I looked, they were also predicting we were going to finish first. Love the consistency in this game. Shall we play the first game of the new season? Like I mentioned at the end of yesterday's video, no debuts in the starting 11 today. We have got a returning hero. Tom Bachelor-Ekpiteta is going to be playing his first game for the club in 2 years after his move to Blackpool from when we were deep down in the Southern Premier League Central. Was the last time he appeared for home, but of course did make his debut for us age 16 a long, long time ago, much to the disappointment of a few people at the time who thought he wouldn't get the job done. Well, here he is playing for us in the Football League. Beautiful stuff. We have got Pope on as a potential debut off the bench, but he's the only one down there. Our summer transfers, they're not spectacular when it comes to filling the squad in now. We knew that was going to be the case. It's very much bringing in 17, 18-year-olds who are going to force their way into the team over the coming years. But for now, it's going with the team from last year. Davies is considered the best player in the division. There have been times this summer where Shay Charles has been in the media dream 11 and Troy Cannon is predicted to be the division's top scorer. So we have got some talent in our midst. It's just whether they're good enough to get the job done once again, especially with the youth facilities being downgraded over the summer. I don't know how many more good youth intakes we're going to get, and we've got no money to upgrade it. If you're worried the save has been going a little too well so far, I feel like we're approaching a turning point. So we're going with right in goal, a back four of Bachelor-Ekpiteta, not said that for a while, Davies, Charles and Cisse. I imagine that back four have all played together before, which is the mad thing. Bachelor-Ekpiteta's been away for 2 years. Cisse, though, played for us at that level. Shay Charles must have done. Obviously Davies did as well. In fact, no, Charles didn't arrive until Bachelor-Ekpiteta left. So it is the first time for this back four playing together, but not by much. Hamilton, Curry, Bandera and Whittaker in midfield, and then Beereth and Cannon up front. Beereth was also in the top 5 predicted top scorers for the division. He didn't have the best of seasons last year, being outscored by Danny Pritchard, but we are going with Beereth today because the media thinks we should. So, got to trust the media. Look at the state of the home of football. It is absolutely packed out. If it's going to be like this every week, then we've built too small a stadium again. We're going to be in the same problem with... This is the 4th ground we've played in this save. And, I mean, we've never outgrown one with fans before. It's usually with league regulations. But we could potentially be in a situation where we need to expand again a year or two down the line. I certainly don't think a 5,000 capacity stadium is going to be big enough for the Championship, for example. Certainly not big enough for the Premier League. So this is going to be interesting to see if there's any expansion capacity on this ground or if we're going to be moving again before the save is done. we shall have to wait and see. Charles lumps the ball forward. Look at the pace on Troy Cannon. Look at this for a breakaway. He started 10 yards behind that man, ended up 15 yards ahead of him. This is brilliant from Cannon. And Hamilton is there to score our first goal in the Football League. But all credit there has to go to Troy Cannon. That was absolutely incredible from him. Made up so much ground, never gave up, entered into the penalty area, found Hamilton with the cross. He held the ball up just long enough for Hamilton to arrive and laid it on for him so comfortably. That is absolutely brilliant from Troy Cannon, and it's home 1, Grimsby 0, and Harrison Davies is already tired. Nothing changes, does it? He's lugging that big old body around. It tires him out, bless him. Right, we are happy with that performance so far because we're winning in the Football League. Look, we've got EFL advertising boards and everything. We've not had this before. It's a very exciting time to be a home fan. And I just need to see what the attendance is now. Perhaps this is how we're going to get ourselves out of this financial pickle, by selling the ground out constantly. Nathan Curry with the corner. He's going to be looking for this near post. Troy Cannon is lurking. And there's Cannon's first goal in the Football League. I feel like we should have given Cannon the number 9 shirt this summer. I don't tend to change squad numbers very often, but it just shows how Troy Cannon emerged from nowhere last year. He was given the number 29 this time last year, and I just didn't anticipate him breaking into the team. As it is, he was our top scorer last year, and he's the difference between us and Grimsby today in the Football League. I've never seen a player do a Mick Powell to the extent Troy Cannon has done a Mick Powell. Remember, Mick Powell, by the time we got to the Football League with home 2 years ago, Mick Powell wasn't a regular starter. Troy Cannon has done. I think we have to go back and amend history. Mick Powell way back then, Mick Powell did like half a Troy Cannon. That's actually what's happened. Right, Whittaker's going to come off. We're going to bring Redmond on that right-hand side, and we're also going to take off Bandera and give a debut to Sheraldo Popon in midfield, who wants to play there, I think. So we'll let Nathan Curry have a little bit more freedom playing as that box-to-box midfielder. I know some of you are going to be asking, where is Slam Dunk? Slam Dunk's not good enough to get in the team. We are paying him £1,700 a week, but at 31 years old, he's like our 4th choice left winger. He'll get games this year, but he's not going to get games ahead of Hamilton. And Hamilton can't get into the middle ahead of Curry and Bandera. So that's where Slam Dunk is today. Shay Charles from the penalty spot to put us 3-0 up. This is going better than I ever could have anticipated. And with so many fans in the ground as well, this is only going to serve us well when it comes to trying to convince these fans to come back and watch us again next week. We'll have a look after the game to see how many season tickets we sold. If we've sold several thousand season tickets, we are laughing. I suspect what's happened is season tickets have largely gone to the 200 or 300 fans who've been following us all the way through, and there's just a whole load of people who've turned up today to have a little look. Certainly what I'd do if a new team in Peterborough emerged as a Football League side. They're moving into their shiny new ground. It's their first ever game in the Football League, especially if Posh are away this afternoon. I'm certainly going to head down there and check them out and just have a look to see what the ground's like, see what the club is all about. So I don't think there's any guarantees just yet that we're going to get this kind of attendance every week. But certainly that performance is going to go a long way towards making bigger attendances possible. 4,451 people for a league game. How many season tickets have we sold? This is important. See, we've only sold 57 season tickets, but 4,500 people have turned up. Were they all Grimsby fans? Do we get that information? You used to get that information. I don't know if we get that anymore. That used to be on the match infos. Oh, there you go, 830. So, 3,500, a little bit over 3,500 actual home fans in the ground today. Mrs Wearmouth should have been out there with her PayPal mobile credit card machine trying to sell some season tickets. Goodness me. I take it all back. Mrs Wearmouth obviously was out there with her PayPal machine because she sold another 60 season tickets, 116 season tickets gone. It's still, we should have converted a few more of them into season ticket holders, but at least we've doubled our season tickets, our season ticket fan base. And hopefully we can keep drawing in. If we can go above 2,000 fans a match, if we can retain that many, then at least we will usually have more fans than the away team bring, which is important, I guess. So, second game of the season, we are away against Northampton, big rivals of Peterborough. Not so much home, apparently, even though home's ever so slightly closer to Northampton than Peterborough is, but Northampton probably don't care that we exist. But let's make it a rivalry by going there and beating them on their own turf with an unchanged side from the one that you've just seen play so very well against Grimsby. I don't know if we're taking a big away contingent. We'll check in on that after the game. It'd be amazing if suddenly we've got loads of fans, but they just don't want to buy season tickets. I would be very much on board with that. Although, to be fair, I don't care about us taking fans to away games. It's nice to have them there cheering us on, but we don't make any money out of that. So what use is that to anybody? I think that was us behind that goal, the 9 men or so back there. So I think there was probably more people on the team bus than the supporters club coach, which it's back to normal. We're used to that kind of situation. We feel much more comfortable with no fans at a bigger bench than we've got fans. Right, Troy Cannon picks it up on that halfway line again, and he's just going to get his head down and run. He's skipping past players. He's played a beauty over the top for Micah Beereth. I tell you what, boys and girls, Troy Cannon's a Football League player, isn't he? He looked good last year, but with a full season of being a full-time professional under his belt, he looks like he's gone up another level, because this isn't just pace this time. He's gone past 3 or 4 players there using skill. We've seen him use pace, power, skill, finishing, passing. Troy Cannon's a complete forward. Future England international right there, Troy Cannon. And Northampton's flat back 6 that they're playing to try and counter us has already been ruined by our wonderful attacking footballers. And we're top of League 2 as it stands. We've got no money, so we're not going to stay up there for very long. Cisse with a big throw, looking for Beereth, and it's his second of the match and his second of the season, and it's Northampton 0, home 2. It couldn't happen to a nicer club. I'm utterly delighted that we've started this season as well as we have. The difference that has been made to this 11 players just from being full-time and training and being as fit as everybody else. They look like they've all taken a step up. Remember, this is the same 11, apart from Bachelorette Pitetta, who, of course, had 2 years away. But it's the same 11 that was playing for us in the conference last year and wasn't top until the last month of the season. It's the same boys. They've got a year older, and they've got a proper pre-season under their belts for the first ever time. And all of a sudden, they're being brilliant. Why is Shay Charles the one hovering on the halfway line when we're defending free kicks? It seems like, I know Harrison Davies is good at the back, and we don't need a second defender, but I don't know that Shay Charles should be the outlet ball. What's he doing here? It's a nice pass to Cannon, and Cannon plays it over the top again for Beereth to pick up his hat-trick. He's back, and he had a season off last year. He's back with bells on. He's more back than Bachelorette Pitetta is. 3-0 to home. Micah Beereth, probably the top scorer in the division around about now. And Nathan Curry plays it forward, looking for Hamilton, and he forces a save out of the Northampton goalkeeper. I really hope that's Joe Lewis in goal for Northampton, former Peterborough, and I believe in real life Aberdeen goalkeeper. It would be beautiful to just be thumping him. Not literally, I don't want to actually thump the man. He's 6'5". He'll absolutely destroy me, but I would enjoy beating it. No, that's still as bad. Just scoring lots of goals against him would be nice for me. I would enjoy that. Cisse with the big throw, and the Northampton keeper he just doesn't know what's going on. It's someone called Harry Lewis. It's not Joe Lewis. So I'm now getting slightly less pleasure out of the situation than I was before. I'm still loving being 3-0 up away from home against a very defensive-minded Northampton side. That is never going to get old. But it would have been even better if it had been Joe Lewis in goal. Right, it's time for us to make some substitutions. What do we do? I think we probably take Beereth off. He's got his job done today. Danny Pritchard can make his Football League debut. We're going to get Pope on in midfield again, because I just want to see more of him. I think he is the one of everyone we brought in this summer who's most likely to break into this team on a regular basis. I think we're also going to take off Whittaker and bring on, Redmond's the right footer, isn't he? Out of Redmond and Jessup. Yeah, so Redmond can come on and play on that right-hand side, and we'll do a triple substitution because we're 3-0 up, and we can. We don't need to mess around with lots of different substitution opportunities when we're winning the game so comfortably. Hamilton heads the ball forward, looking for Danny Pritchard. He's not able to find him, but we know Danny Pritchard's a big game player. When we're already 3-0 up, he's not going to be that bothered. He'll just turn up in in the FA Cup final in a few years' time, just being really big and scoring headers. He's going to do one here just to make me look like an idiot, isn't he? He's not, because Micah Hamilton has just done an absolutely stunning finish. He's turned into a winger, hasn't he? Slam dunk, this is your own fault. If you'd have never left, he'd have never moved out to the wing. He was a central midfielder when you left, wasn't he? Now you're back and look at him. He's a goal-scoring winger. That's your fault. He never would have played there. But you gave him the opportunity, and now look, he's keeping you out the side. Davies with the big throw from the left-hand side. There's Pritchard, but the header is just over. Danny Pritchard needs, he deserves to have a bigger goal to aim at, I think. Davies is lumping it into the area again, once again looking for Pritchard, but he doesn't get anywhere near it. And there's Batarek Piteta playing it forward. There is Pritchard, and it's disallowed. That would have been the icing on the cake, a Danny Pritchard goal today, because you know I'm like CEO of the Danny Pritchard fan club. Lovely to see Batarek Piteta back. And, he needs to learn the offside rule. Perhaps they don't teach that up in Blackpool. Who knows? We're not going to criticise Pritchard because how is he to know? He doesn't know when the ball is played. He's just there to head the thing. He doesn't need to worry about the rules. Nathan Curry then with a corner, looking for Davies. He flicks on to Charles. It's 5-0. Oh, Northampton. Can you hear the cobblers sing? No. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, this is a thing of beauty. This is an unchanged team from last. I've never experienced anything like this in Football Manager before. Normally, I'd make so many changes to the side. There's players in this team who've been involved with us for 3 or 4 promotions now. This is a lot of fun. I'm having a very nice time. Well, let's see how many away fans we took and plan what we're going to do and when we're going to come back for tomorrow's episode. So, away fans-wise, we took 59 fans. Yeah, we're back to normal. We're fully back to normal. So, why have we got a friendly against Hartlepool in September? And a friendly... What is happening here? We'll come back towards the end of September, I think. We'll get through a bunch of these games and the friendlies and the Papa Johns and come back somewhere around here, maybe even for McDonald's. If that was in the league, then I would show you that one, but I probably won't bother. We'll perhaps do Morecambe and Lincoln in tomorrow's episode. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.